Hey, favored ones, welcome back to another collective reading. Come in and take your seats at the round table. There's the wishing well in the corner if you would like to throw a coin in. For those who are new coming in, welcome. And for any of those who are coming back, hello, I missed you and appreciate your continual support. So, for any of those who are new, we like to do something in our corner here at Faevoured Readings called Welcoming Utopia. So if you'd like to pause the movie, or if you already know, have something come to mind where you would have your personal utopia, international utopia, or even galactic utopia, and what that would look like and how you would feel welcoming it in, and hold that energy before we get into the video. For those who don't know, these are general readings. That means not all messages will apply, and to remember to use your discernment to find out what is true during your journey, and take what confirmation you can get here from your own intuitive nudges. So we'll just brush away any lingering energies here. This is a witch's broom kyanite crystal, and it doesn't absorb any energies, so it doesn't need to be cleansed, and just brush away all those energies. So I had a lot going on personally behind the scenes for myself, getting my home. It's the first time being in a house in a long time, so I wanted to get everything in my yard ready for winter. And some of you may be getting ready preparations for you as well, getting ready for winter, emptying out the hoses and getting all those leaves. Or some of you might leave the leaves behind for the butterflies. That's also wholesome and valid too. All right, and creative endeavors as well. I hope all of my collective is being creative behind the scenes as well. I know for sure that my collective is full of very talented and creative, innovative people. So these are all the downloads. First order of business is I have a lot, because it's been a while and I missed you all very much. So I made sure whenever I thought on something, I would write it down so that I could relay it to you when the time of opportunity came through. So I was getting Gingy from Shrek. Either a loss of a loved one or a leg, an extension of yourself feels lost at this time. Because I'm getting the image of where he's like took away his legs, Lord Farquaad. And I think I might have did this last week. Did I do this message last week? I might have done that already last week on the last video. So that came to mind. So if you feel drawn to the last video called The Lasso of Truth, then you may be called to that video as well for messages. So I'll move on to the next one. Rarest penny. Yes, there we are. Rarest penny. Since pennies are obsolete now. Woo! Y'all, it's 11:11. I hope you could see that. I wonder if I could do a better thing. Bring it up. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, I can see myself again. It was a Kimception there. So Make-A-Wish. They made pennies discontinued due to the fact that it cost 2 pennies to make 1 penny. So they stopped making them, which to me feels, it's bringing me the feeling of that you're rarer than you think, that you're worth more than people would expect, or than people are underestimating you at this time. Worth more than perceived is what I had written down here. You were worth more than perceived. Because you would think a penny would cost less than a penny to make. But no, over time, you've become more rare. Which also makes you a collectible. I'm not saying that you're an object or an item. I just mean like it's bringing to mind collectibles, which means to me selling merch, autographs that are worth something. They're gonna be worth something some days, and you're gonna be able to afford to relax. Your time and energy is too expensive for some, so like the saying goes, it can be lonely on the way to the top. It doesn't say at the top. Some people say at the top, but I've always felt like it was like you're lonely on the way to the top, because when to reach the top, then collaboration can take place instead of people scrambling over each other trying to be crabs in a bucket. It also brings to mind for me Penny Dreadful. So a lot of you could be into the supernatural, the dark, the cryptic. It's bringing to mind Dorian Gray, as well as Lycans, which is, if you've ever seen the show, it's like really cool how they brought a bunch of different beliefs and cultures and lore from supernaturalness and bring it all together. So I feel like you're a little mix of everything going on, like the innocent, the you could rock someone's socks if they approached you wrong, but you're harmless because you would rather just sit down and everyone get along. You know, don't come knocking, and I won't start knocking, you know. You realize you like being around yourself. You like the person that you are becoming, revamping your style, mixing in the new with the old, rearranging decor, combining one art project with another one. So you could have, like, it's like taking your first poster for like for a concert, let's say. I had two different analogies come to mind. Sorry, and thank you for waiting with me as I get all these downloads. It's where you have like your first ever poster for a concert, and you decide to turn that poster into an album cover or merch, like little pins and like for like jean jackets and stuff like that. The other analogy that was coming to mind was like, let's say you're into woodworking, and you fire and burn in a symbol into a piece of wood, but then you get a picture of it and it gets turned into a t-shirt, you know, stuff like that is just combining an art project with another one, any kind of art project. But yeah, you're starting to realize that you like being around yourself and like the person that you are becoming. For some of you, this might be the first time ever. For others, it's coming back to yourself and finding that you remember that you do like who you are when you hang out alone. You like the stuff that you are into. Like before, you were like, what do I even like? What am I into? Am I into this because these other people like it? Or do I like it because I like it? And almost like not masking when people, like you used to mask when people are around, and when they weren't around either, you would constantly be people pleasing even when they weren't there. Like an example I can give you is like turning on a song on the bus just in case someone else might hear it. You might try to guess what kind of music those people on the bus would like, just in case they overhear it and you don't want to be judged for like your music. Now you're just like singing along with it, or even like lip syncing on the bus and like throwing down on the way to work, and like really enjoying it, like not wondering about what kind of shows you want to watch when you're alone and stuff. I picked out Hematite as today's crystal, and it is used for reconnecting the connection to the root chakra, which is the center of security and survival. I feel like you are balancing that and becoming more centered. It may be dusting off that last little bit before your manifestations come in. It's almost like, I feel like when the tide goes out and all of a sudden a wave crashes, and then there's like message in a bottle, and it's saying keep holding on. Oh my goodness, I have this down a couple away. Keep Holding On by Avril. Yeah, there's a message in a bottle coming through for you saying keep holding on, because you know we'll make it through. We'll make it through. Say nothing you can do. There's no other way when it comes to the truth. So yeah, there could be more messages for you inside of Avril Lavigne, or just the way that Avril like changes up the style. You change up your style a lot. You're changing it up with the revamp. You're changing up your style. Or you just have so many different parts of you that you like to explore and honor each part of you. Like if you enjoy opera and going to the theater, you're making sure that you're honoring those parts of you. And you're also honoring the parts that likes death metal and gore movies. And you're also honoring the part that likes fairy core and doing good deeds and complimenting people on the street for no other reason than to see them smile. You're honoring all parts of you. So they want you to know that while you're hanging on, this time of grounding and hermit mode wasn't a punishment, or that you weren't capable of making lasting relationships or lasting workplaces even. It says intimate, platonic, or otherwise, so co-workers. Not making jobs last a long time. It's because you have leveled up and moved on from that. Also, anyone who thinks they're behind in life or their goals, I am hearing you are so smart and powerful that you had to give everyone else a head start. So, for anyone who's leaving feeling like they are behind or not on the right schedule, I'll see you by the water cooler. Remember to stay hydrated. Yes, I have the numbers repeating, so 1, 4s, and 8s, but I also had the number 222 come through. With the fact that you're getting updates on your crystalline body. I was playing Warframe and a download came through and it needed updating. My character is covered in crystal decorations. Oh, that's why the 222, it was 22.2 megabytes or whatever it is to update. Or it was version number 2.22. That would make sense. That's where the 222 comes from. Your nervous system, those who've had physical wounds such as tendinitis or herniated disc, or those with mental trauma as well, such as complex PTSD, is being worked on by your guides and Starseed family. Of course, they're encouraging you to continue taking more time to rest and introduce vitamins, minerals to your daily intake. Example, vitamin B complex, and E. With the Hematite as well, it is also the Greek word for blood and iron. So some of you may have an iron deficiency and are starting to add more kale and spinach to your daily intake. If you are the type that is on a flexitarian or vegetarian, vegan type diet, that may be something that you're looking into and constantly paying attention to so that you're listening to your body and giving it the things that it needs. If you are already doing this, your guides want to say that you're proud of the action you are taking. In this realm to take care of your soul's home. Since we are made of crystals, I have been shown that we are trying to read back on when I'm like scrying in the moment, like downloads and writing it down, and then I'm like, girl, why are you writing? Since we are made of crystals. Oh, we are like, I'm being shown we are like clear crystal quartz. We can manifest anything within ourselves, as I've told on my channel before. They are used as a replacement for any crystals that is called for in a spell or ritual. Therefore, you can be called upon your own self during any spirit ritual for protection and any kind of thing you need. You are the wand. I think I've said this before, but you are the wand. Just like inside of Star Wars, okay, when the Padawans go to create their lightsaber, they go through trials, a bunch of trials, and they each get their own crystal. When you are going through and picking your body, your soul went through the same thing, and they love you, and they want you to know that there was no better person that they would have loved to incarnate with than you. Yes, emphasis on how proud you are treating your temple with the ritual of speaking your truth and being selective with your energy. You're getting the siren adjustments right now. Some of you may have lost your voice recently, and it was to upgrade your voice box for an even more captivating effect on people. I'm also getting the message to change your smoke detector battery. That was for someone that just came through. I got the beep, beep, beep. That could also mean that brings to mind, for me anyways, some of you could be celebrating settling back into your home since of recovery from a fire, because like when you reset the battery, so that's giving me the symbol of like resetting your life since a fire. Or you're resetting your battery for your car too as well, getting your like car battery, like backup battery, ready for winter. For some, it literally means, yeah, I wrote it down right next. In the next bubble, it's like for some, it literally means you have finally made it all the adjustments since going through a fire and have settled in nicely. I'm glad that I like catch the same things, even though like later on. I love it. If a message is meant to be, it will come through. Oh yeah, and for the lucky penny thing, the song came to mind, see a penny, pick it up, then all day you'll have good luck. So when people see you, when you show up for events, they feel lucky. People feel lucky that they know you, and they feel like you carry around good luck with you. Savoir faire. So enterprise. Enterprise? Enter. Expertise. I think it's expertise. But for some reason I wrote enterprise, so some of you could be Star Trek fans. Or you really fight for inclusiveness and love space, and you could be a galactic, work with the galactic starseeds as well. But that's like Oliver and Company, so you could be making your own company at this time, or your own logo, label, brand, because you're an expertise, savoir-faire. Sprinkle it on. Queen of Kings by Alessandra. You have broken the cage and thrown away the key. Yeah, so get ready to spread those wings. Yo, you've done the jump, you did the leap of faith. You know, when you open up a cage and you've been locked in there for a while, it might be afraid to fly out, you know. Sometimes that psychological part, right? You could have a door completely open, and I know inside D&D they'll be like, so it's a completely open door, and they'll start rolling for tactical advantages and make sure that there's no traps or anything else like that. So the spirit wants to let you know that the coast looks clear because it is this time. It's safe to spread your wings and fly. Yeah. Play with Fire by Hilary Duff came through as well. But yeah, you're doing really well since you've left behind a toxic situation, is what I'm getting from Play with Fire by Hilary Duff. So you might have some more messages in there, or it could just be a theme anthem for you. You could love Hilary Duff. I had the message of, you're a butterfly swimming your way to the castle in the sky. So like some butterflies, you can't see your own wings. So maybe that's why you're scared of jumping and leaving the cage, even though it's unlocked and the key's been thrown away, is you may not be able to see your wings. And you're like, how am I going to fly? Won't I fall? And the universe is like, no, you're just walking out of here. So I had the song, Hello My Baby, Hello My Honey, from that frog from the cartoon on Looney Tunes. And this feels like, to me, confirmation of show business, and for some, stage fright, where your performance, you can give the performance of a lifetime. You can really perform your heart out in secret with only a few people who have seen it, and they want to put you on. Those people want you to show your talent. So some of you may be hiding your singing talents. If you feel the need to, then go to music lessons, of course. They will most certainly helps with confidence and organizing your thoughts and just giving a little brush up. But also, the song originally was written in 1899, but it didn't become popular until 1970s when a folk artist redid it, and they changed the word to telephone from telegraph. So that for this, it means that it feels for me that some of you may have took a long time getting an album out, or took a long time before you were able to start putting out your own music that you wanted to do, that you wanted to invest in, not just to get your name on the block and chop, you know. For others, this is an indication of picking back up songs or redoing and reusing lines that you thought was fodder and using it for practice on stage or incorporating it in with a new spin. Frogs are also the keepers of rain. So, for those who do crafts, this indicates your craft work is done with showers, rains, and waterfalls. This also indicate that you are a water sign, baby. In your top 3, it doesn't have to be, but that's definitely extra confirmation. Water scrying and drowsing coming through as well. Whenever I think of drowsing as well, I also think of treasure hunting, like using like the metal detectors. So some of you might enjoy panning for gold, or live in an area where it is was very popular to pan for gold. Let's roll some dice. We got 511. So whatever that is for you, I think that's an actual a number for, no, that's 411 and 311. There might be a 511. But you can write down whatever 511 means to you. It could be a part of a phone number, an address, just confirmation that you're seeing a lot. 11 or the number 5, big changes for 5, and the master number 11 is using your wisdom and guidance. So let's see here. Can we just get a vibe check for my favored ones here, since it's been a while since I got to talk with them? I appreciate all of those who come through and support me, and I'm happy that I can bring you some guidance and love and clarity. And for any of those, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, I appreciate the energy exchange. Yeah. I hope you're all having a wonderful time, whatever time of the day it is. Yeah, Phantom of the Opera is coming through. Some of you may be thinking about going and taking opera classes. Some of you might be music teachers. Am I taking more? Okay. Yeah, not needing to feel like you need to hold on to money so tightly. Look at them holding it. That's the underlining energy, is letting this go. As I can tell from, okay, we have the 5 of Wands. So I feel like you're letting go of the energy, because the underlining energy of the reading is feeling the need to of lack mindset and hold on to everything. I feel like you're starting to realize that there's enough to go around. The illusion that society has put over us like a blindfold has been lifted, and you're starting to notice that things are on sale. You're noticing when your gut feelings telling you not to go somewhere, and then all of a sudden there was something bad that happened at that time. You're not fighting your own intuition. And those who feel like they're in competition with you, yeah, because I've never noticed that before. The rest of them look like they're fighting. I know this isn't the exact definition inside of the book. If you want, you can look up those as well. You're welcome to bring out your cards and pull at the same time as me so that you can get more of a personalized message coming through. Oh, hi, soft boy. Yeah, some people feel like you've gone soft, or that you are very soft hands and soft skin. Yeah, that you have a softer approach to things. People are starting to notice, and you're starting to notice, that you are taking a softer approach to things. Because look, all the rest of them look like they're fighting, right? This one, check out this one in the back there. They're like keeping an eye out, and they're like looking at all the fighting and the sticks going ahead and making sure that it's not hitting them, and like blocking that stick from hitting anyone else. And they're blocking this stick from hitting anyone else either. And they're amongst the fighting, keeping the peace and not getting hit with their BS. So even though you're dealing with a whole bunch of people that are in competition energy, you are, you know, most people are none of the wiser, but you are the wiser, and you're like treading carefully and making sure that you got your hands up, you know. Ooh, some of you could be an inbox fighter, because you got to keep that hands up. You got to keep them up. You got to keep them up. You got to be watching. You got to see where they're going. And it's close, up close, right? Compared to that one being back. So you could be fighting an out fighter and be an in fighter. That's for some people. It's not going to be a message for everyone, but that's what I'm getting from it. That's where success is coming from. A lot of you could be going into fighting competitions, and it doesn't have to be like physical fighting competitions either. It could be like board game competitions. I know a lot of people who do MTG tournaments and Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. So yeah, a lot of you could be getting money from being judged at those types of tournaments, like video games as well. Something about judge and music as well. Some of you could judge other people's music. And it's tangible. It's tangible, this innocence and childlike wonder, to feel and sit in the energy of being abundant and taken care of. You have raw energy coming in soon with the sun, and like raw, and like that's what I'm getting, because raw, you're gonna have raw energy. When you feel like you're not gonna have energy for something, when you go to do it, whatever this tangible that's bringing you your journey. Yeah, if you're looking to move on to another job scenario, or be inside of a competition, it's tangible for you to do that and be a judge. I'm also getting Christmas concerts or recitals from this as well, because it kind of reminds me of it is Archangel Gabriel, I believe, and that's the one who harks the angels and at the manger scene, which is what most concerts usually pertain to. Is boop, boop, boop. But either way, that's what it brings to mind. So some of you could be having recitals or a big concert coming up. I feel like you've been judging yourself too harshly on your performance as well. And people want to like sing your praises. I'm also getting from this image that you think outside the box, and people are going to look up to you for that. People are going to look up to you for what you have to say, the message, the music that you're doing. Even if they're not even into the music that you're doing, they'll be inspired because you're going after your dreams, because you're putting yourself out there. If you're looking for a job and you're like fighting off other competitions and interviews, a tangible time for coin where you won't have to hold on to it, because you know it will just be there freely for you to hold on to, and it will come back to you like a boomerang. The Pentacle of Boomerangs. Definitely some Last Airbender. Boomy. So yeah, you're having the boomerang of money coming back to you. Every time you throw money, it's coming back to you. The universe wants you to think that about money. Every time you give money, think it's a boomerang and it's just coming back to you. You're just so like magnetic. Wee! Let's pull out one more confirmation card. Energies and suggestions. Because this was the vibe check. Woo! I feel like you have too many options. But if you're using discernment, then you will realize not every option, and having a lot of options can lead to being disappointed, you know. Having a lot of options means that at one time you will have to be disappointed, because if they're all options, then that means that you are taking them all into account. Sometimes you don't get to have all of them. Sometimes they're not as nice as you expect them to be, you know. Some people like snakes, some people don't. So for you, depending on what you prefer, that would be a good cup to invest in. Greek. Hi, baby boy. I'm upstairs. That's true. Like with an animal, you might think about wanting to change around a shift, but then you'll be not just animals, but like say they offered you a promotion, but you won't have as much time with your kids anymore. There was 37 on the clock, so 3s and 7s could be important to you. So yeah, you could have been offered a position somewhere, but it was further away from home and you'd have less time with the kids. Or it's a pay decrease, but your mental health will be better. You know, those kinds of things where it feels like there's a lot of options, but in the long run, your mental health's better. In the long run, your kids will remember. You know, those kinds of things is really looking at thinking of all these different cups. Can I confirm what else you want with those cups besides the spirit's saying you're worrying about too many variables at once. They want you to take it one step at a time. Working on your foundation. And then once your foundation's done, working on gathering more family money and savings. And then your accolades to wear your crown on your head. And then defeating your demons even more so deeply, or befriending them even with your shadow work and going through a dark night of the soul with the dragon. And then moving on to philosophy and wisdom. And then relearning to love magic again. And then rebirth. Okay, so if you're working on foundation right now, they don't want you to be worrying about all these, I need to make a name for myself, and I need to slay the societal dragon, and I need to be wise and go to school, but I'm still working on my routine and daily daily affirmations. Like, if you're work on foundation first and work your way up to rebirth is what they're giving me from that. Thank you. That was a lovely message. Yeah, making sure that you're not trying to win. Winning, but at what cost? And leaving behind those sneaky energies that you had been around before. Yeah, it could have been an ex. I'm definitely getting big ex vibes. That was like sneaky and made you feel like you didn't have a lot of options as well, is what I'm feeling. And now you're realizing you have so many options. It could be overwhelming on what you're trying to do. And they want to let you know that this was all waiting for you and it will all unfold naturally. Trick that there's coming to mind with that boomerang with the money is when you give away bills, if you do have cash on you, make sure that the face cards, the face is facing you, as in an indication that the money will come back to you. And even saying the affirmation, any money I spend comes back to me. Or I love it when I treat myself. It's so glorious the way I treat myself. It's so glorious the way I make sure that my household is taken care of. When you're paying bills, it's like, it is so sexy the way I handle my house. It is so divine the way I can eat all this food as if it comes off a vine. You know, something like that. They really wanted to indicate that you're doing an excellent job and you got the whole world in your hand and the feast is coming in. That's what I have for you today. I'm happy and hopefully I will be back in the swing of things now that I am working, but I also have different creativities that I'd like to pour into now that I have the opportunity over the years. Like, you know, I'm happy I got the foundation part down, yo. Woo-wee. So if anyone's found foundation, some of you could be working on makeup and stuff, cosmetology, and we're doing like Halloween dressing up stuff. I hope you have a wonderful time. And yeah, so I look forward to reading all y'all's energy in the next update, and I look forward to giving all of my experiences and updates as they come through. Heck, I got a whole bunch of plans up here, and I look forward to sharing them with all of you in due time. I got my first event coming up next month, so that's exciting. Remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. Bye!